Osio Taishu, Shadana Lai. I'm Jay Winter Nightwolf, the originator and host of the American Indians Truths. I'm here today with an old friend and brother, Minister Louis Farrakhan from the Nation of Islam. I'm honored to sit with you again.
Thank you. It's my honor to sit with you and to be a part of your radio show.
You know what, brother? If you were to walk into any mosque in America and you just laid your hands on the first person or the third person or the fifth person that you see, you realize that you're laying your hands on a Native American?
I believe
there were only 8% of the slaves that came to America. So how is it that there are so many more people that they claim are black or African American? I think they got the numbers wrong, because a lot of Native Americans are the ones that they're counting as black folks too.
Well, we're really one.
Yeah.
We're not going to let them count this is Native American, this is black.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
We are the original people of the earth. May I say this, my brother? I was up in Pine Ridge with Russell Means at the Sundance.
One of my dearest friends.
I took my wife and my son. My son knew how to go in the wilderness and build a tent where they stayed. I watched my wife. They put a blanket over her arm because she has Indian roots. And they danced. My wife had never danced. But there she was with the women
in the circle
of the Sioux Oglala Nation. And I watched my wife reach down in her roots, and you could not tell that she was not one of the Oglala Sioux women as she danced with them. The enemy has kept us apart, and we must break down these barriers, because the same spirit that I saw when Juanetta Lone Wolf invited me to the Sundance in the Four Corners, where the Navajo and the Hopi are, and the government was coming to take their land. And the Muslims went with me, my wife, my children. We went there to stand with the Navajo and the Hopi, not knowing whether we will have to fight to maintain that land. God blessed us. We didn't have to fight, but we went there to be with our brothers and sisters in a time of trouble.
I would like to turn your attention to issues closer to home. There's a solid archaeological evidence that African sailors, more specifically the Phoenicians, came to the eastern shores of the U.S. over 50,000 years ago and coexisted with native peoples. Also, several tribes became involved in international trade on the high seas through the Phoenicians. And for some time, they've always had this story that, oh, the Phoenicians were white sailors. In fact, they were not. They were black ocean-going sea merchants that had established international trade on the high seas long before the white man came to the Western Hemisphere. Our ancestors have been inextricably partnered for many millennia.
When Master Fard Muhammad came to America from Mecca to teach Elijah Muhammad, he asked us a question. And that question became part of a student enrollment. You couldn't even become a follower unless you recited the student enrollment. And these were called the rules of Islam, meaning that these were guiding principles of action. And the first question was, who is the original man? Well, some of us have never heard a question like that, so he gave us the answer. The answer is, the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the God of the universe. Now, many of the native people that you see today don't look like the native people that the Phoenicians found here 50,000 years ago. They were much darker complected. But any time the enemy conquers us as males of a tribe or a nation or a people, the prize, the booty is our women. So they come among us, they mix their blood among us, and as we get lighter, we come under their sway. So just as it was in the Dominican Republic and under the French in Haiti, so it is in the Americas with our native family. The native family told stories about us, and we were told stories about them. So we got to get through all of the propaganda, all of the lies, to build trust with each other. We've made some very good attempts, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in those rules of Islam, asked us the question, what is the population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? And the answer at that time in 1930 was 17 million with the 2 million Indians, making a total of 19 million in the wilderness of North America, 4,400,000,000 all over the planet Earth. When the Phoenicians came, you say 50,000 years ago, a white man wasn't on the planet then. So it was easy for us to intermingle with one another because we are blood of each other's blood and bone of each other's bone.
A year and a half, a little over almost a year and a half ago, because of all the thousands of people that I've met over my years, conversations with people that look like African American people. And when you really get down to the nit and the grit of it and ask them, what's your ancestry? Oh, my grandma was a Cherokee, or my great-great-grandfather was, I think he was a Seminole. And because of the stolen heritage of American Indians with black blood and black people with Indian blood, I felt that it was time to bring about a new organization that we call NCBAI, the National Congress of Black American People, Indians. And when I made the announcement, in 6 months, there were carloads of people from California, Oklahoma, Nebraska, people that came out of the Wampanoag people in Massachusetts, people from busloads of people from Atlanta. They all converged upon Washington, D.C. at this little church